George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation. And so we know we like to feature organizations in the community that are trying to transform the community and provide them with opportunities to advance themselves. And one of those organizations is On Point for College. And so we're pleased to be joined by Sam Rouser. He is the executive director of On Point for College. He used to work for On Point and then moved his way on up. And so there he is. It's been a minute, but I'm just saying, you
Wasn't
started.
that long?
Yeah. um, and then we also have Dr. Patricia Washington, who is the director of workforce development at On Point. So first thing we should talk about is you are moving on up.
Well, George, that's what they say. I guess I've gone from the second floor over on Onondaga Street where we were to the sixth floor over here on Harrison Street. So I guess on some level we have moved up. We moved down and up.
Down and up, right?
Transition. Yes.
So deluxe apartment in the sky, right?
I do got that corner office.
Beautiful. So tell us about what's the latest then with On Point, and remind people what On Point for College does.
Yeah, George, always a pleasure. I'm Sam Rouser again, as George said, executive director for On Point for College, where we keep it, and I'm sure the audience is saying,
"You ready? On
point." That's what we do. And what it is a three-pillar approach to helping individuals in our community to be successful in transitioning into a post-secondary opportunity. And that, pillar one is access, helping people to get in to college, to a trade, to a certificate program, getting into some type of program that's going to help them build their skills. Many people can get in. Sometimes the trick is, can you stay in?
Right.
And that's our pillar two, which is success, working with those individuals to make sure that whatever barriers they encounter, we can help them to get around. If it's a problem having a ride, if it's a problem paying for a book, buying some boots that you might need, or a uniform that you might need, maybe some kind of housing security, food insecurities. What can we do to help you navigate that path to make sure it doesn't become a barrier to you being successful? And then our third pillar is the workforce development. It's the career services. And I'm going to reserve that pillar for Dr. Washington to really kind of talk to you. We've always had career services. One of the things we thought about this year is we need to expand that scope. We need to really look at it as workforce development. And how do we incorporate that into the work that we're doing here at On Point? So we did a thorough search, I think, in this community and surroundings to find someone that could help lead that effort. And that's where we found Dr. Washington, who will talk to you a little bit about what we're doing in workforce development.
Before you do that, though, Dr. Washington, give us how you got to be Dr. Washington.
Oh, wow. Well, first, thank you so much, George, for giving us an opportunity to use your platform to talk about what we do here at On Point for College. And so to go into answering your question, it's definitely been a long journey, well over 12, 13 years of education. And I honestly, I don't have a lot of time to share with you about that journey, but I'll definitely say that it started with my son, who is a police officer out in Dallas. I was a teenage mom in high school, and that's part of where my journey started, and being motivated to have to do something with my life to be more of someone that he can look up to. And so my journey started with education at the age of 15 when I became a teen mom. And so thus got married, had a family, and continued my education so that I can continue to be an inspiration to my kids, as well as my family and friends and people that looked up to me.
Yeah, and I'm glad you shared that journey, because basically you're sharing to us that you still kept the vision and you were still able to, now you're a PhD. So tell me about your studies. What did you study?
For asking. So my journey of education started with wanting to do something in law. So I started off as a criminal justice major. I went through all sorts of trials and tribulations of not being happy degree. But when it was all said and done, I ended up with an associate's degree at Herkimer County Community College. And then I did exceptionally well and said, hey, I can do this. And I went on to SUNY Poly, graduated my bachelor's in criminal justice. I did the same with getting my master's in criminal justice from Grand Canyon University. And to be honest with you too, I wasn't able to afford my bill to pay back to go for school. So I decided to continue and get into the PhD program in psychology. And thus I studied psychology, and that's what I end up graduating with. I did my dissertation on individuals who had schizophrenia, who was impacted by community as related to individuals needing housing. And so that was my 10 years of educational work into getting my PhD, because it took me almost about 10 years to complete it.
And I think there's something to be said, and you're actually a model for the students, right? Because if I could do it, you could do it.
God's delays are not God's denials.
Come
Absolutely.
on now.
Absolutely.
God's delays is not God's denials. I like that. I do like that. And so, as the director of workforce development at On Point, new position, new title. Yeah. Tell us about it as the third pillar of On Point for College.
Absolutely. So, Sam shared about, On Point for College, that helps students get into college. Well, we don't necessarily just help students get into college. We also prepare them for meaningful careers. And so thus you have the birth of career services. At some point, there was an understanding that students, once they were out of college, there would be a need to be able to help them adjust into a career. And how do we do that? How do we prepare them to be able to do that? And so that's what career services is all about, is bridging education and employment together to ensure that students they're ready to succeed within the workforce. That's career services. So what does those services look like? It is one-on-one career advising and goal setting, helping students to kind of figure out what they want to do goal-wise, career-wise, helping them establish a resume, a cover letter, preparing them for interviews. So, getting them, we will do mock interviews, to prepare them for an upcoming interview. We also provide paid internships as well, and opportunities with our partners to be able to get our students some job shadowing experience.
Hey, George, Dr. Washington often tells me that we don't have enough paid internships. I'm just putting that out.
Okay.
I definitely want to be able to highlight that. If we talk about the future and being innovative, a great goal would be to have year-round internships and not just have them specifically just in the summer. Mm-hmm. And so that is a really nice piece of our program that I think is more popular, is our summer internship programming. There's an opportunity for us to be able to build relationships with a lot of the not-for-profits and employers around Central New York, the Mohawk Valley, and right here in our hometown, Syracuse. And so part of the career services that we provide is also networking opportunities with professionals that allows access for our students to have, which is necessary when they are in college. And so any other questions you have regarding career services? I can go into.
No, you were going to say?
I was going to share that I can go into a little depth about, the future of career services. And, I just mentioned we would really love to expand our internship.
Paid internships.
A paid internship, absolutely. A paid internship in high demand fields, so that's your healthcare, your STEM fields, healthcare, technology, your skilled trades, business. That is something we would love to do. Also, workforce development partnerships that are homegrown. Nationally, that would be amazing, but we really need some really strong partnerships here locally. And I'll stop there because I know I said a whole lot.
Well, I think as I'm thinking about and listening to you, I'm thinking about where the community is headed. You said in demand fields, like healthcare, high tech, and how do our students who are students at On Point? I think two of my children went through On Point, but
Okay.
how how do you connect the the big elephant in the room, the micron experience or the JMA or things of those natures, and what are those companies doing to create a pipeline? Now we know OCC. I was talking Vicky's on this week, and we were talking about how one of the things that she would say to any student is to enroll in that clean room program. Sam, are you hearing that as well?
Well, not only am I hearing it, we're participating in it.
Thank you.
There is
Yeah.
there's a bridge to design program that we're partnering with Westcott and Center State to help students transition into the courses that they're offering at OCC that will prep the students for the Micron experience. So we are boots on the ground, working with individuals now. We are in our second cohort of students who have participated in that program. We are actively now beginning to work with students who will be going again in the third cohort. So we are our boots on the ground and working with students to make that part of it happen.
So you're looking for internship opportunities. You're also obviously asking students to be a part of the program as well. What's the criterion for students to be a part of On Point?
So
right.
mostly breathing, walking, and listening. Really, George, our point is about removing barriers. We're not about creating things that would hinder someone from being able to come in. I say this, and I say this gently. We're about helping the needy, not the greedy. But we want to be available to help people where they're at to get to where they want to come. We don't really have an age range. So it's not, we do stop at 17. We try to start at 17. There are lots of programs that work with students under 17, and we'll partner with them. We'll work with them. But if you're, 25, 35, 45, 55, come see us. I mean, there's a new program that they offer in New York State for free college for 24 to 55. We're part of helping those students make that transition if they're interested in going to a community college. So, if you want to get an On Point, you just reach out to us. You just give us a call or come see us at our new location, 224 Harrison Street, Suite 603.
Suite 603. And that's part of why you wanted to come on is not only to talk about workforce development. And so when we talk about that, that means partners and communities. So my takeaway from this conversation is you're looking to expand your partnerships so that the students who come through On Point will have as much opportunity in their hometown as possible and also be prepared when they go back to school and look at those opportunities as well, but that they're prepared, that the students who come through On Point have a certain degree of preparation. They're ready day one. They've got the skills. They've got the word I want to use is professionalism, Dr. Washington, and making sure that they show up when they're supposed to. All of these things, right? That
absolutely
to be successful in any career, you do have to have some particular soft skills, if you will.
Certainly.
Right.
Yeah,
in addition to the technical skills. But so exciting days ahead. Dr. Washington, did you leave anything out that you wanted to let us know?
I didn't. You mentioned the soft skills. It's soft skills, hard skills. We provide professional development throughout the years, resume clinics, workshops, opportunities to empower our students throughout the year, throughout the summer. So this is once a person signs up with On Point, this is a lifelong career of support that they're going to get. We will always be available to them. So that's the nice thing about, On Point for College is that once you're here, you are always a participant. We will always be able to help you. This is generational. We want to be able to help your kids. And so that's the impact and the signature that I would certainly say that On Point does very well with leaving that imprint right here in the community.
Once on point, always on point.
Well, and I think that says it. So we talked about partnerships. Obviously, fundraising is a key part of that, to offer the kinds of programs and support. Volunteers to take kids to schools and deliver backpacks is also part of it. Say, make your pitch.
So, George, what you just said is so important. I do like to focus right now, because one of the things I want people to understand, especially out there in the business community, that our internship program is about helping you meet the young people that are making great decisions, right decisions, helping train them up, build them up, and let us partner with you so that we can help build our community. Dr. Washington is going to be out there talking to companies, talking to corporations, introducing our young people to them. We don't always have the funds to pay for the internship. Can you help us help our young people to be successful? So that's one of the things we absolutely want to do. And if you don't have a company, but you just want to help us, onpointforcollege.org, top right, donate button.
Donate button. And I think what I took away from this, which was stunning to me, believe I use that word, is the age range that you go from 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. I had no idea. I think that's going to be a revelation for people that you hit. Like, in other words, no matter if you're a student, we're going to help you. That's basically what you're saying.
On Point got your back. We ready when you ready.
Right. So now, do you have enough? So you don't use two cliches. Is there any more? Did we run out? You keep it on point. We're always on point. Is there any more that we need to go through?
Remember guys' delays. Guys, delays, not guys' denials. We got that for you too.
Good. All right. onpointforcollege.org is the website. Reach out to Dr. Patricia Washington. How do they get a hold of you?
So again, we are at our new location at 224 Harrison Street, right here in Syracuse, New York. We can be reached at 315-440-3366. If there's any questions about career services, we are here to be able to help and support you and move you along the way so you can be successful within the workforce.
And George, let me say just one more thing. Yes. We've helped over 15,000 people in this community in our 26 years that have come through our doors. We have close to 6,000 students that have graduated, another 4,000 with certifications, but we still have students that are out there that were in On Point 10 years ago. A young lady called me today. She said, well, I need help. I said, are you an On Point student? She said, well, I used to be 10 years ago. No, you're always on point. So if you're out there, you were a part of us, even if you weren't, you need help, give us a call. You can call Dr. Washington number. You can call the 315-362-5003, our main office number. You can call me, 315-374-4104. Give us a call. We're here to support our community in whatever way we can.
Sam Rouser, Dr. Patricia Washington. Y'all are keeping it what?
On point. That's what we do.
Inspiration for the nation.